Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge podcast. So excited for today. It's Full Lid Friday. We got a lot to get to, very short period of time. We're gonna be talking about some stuff with COVID and our kids in school. Cole and Sav are the douche parents of the day. We'll talk about why. We're gonna get into another just kind of creepy story about an adopted mom who kills their kid. Just insane what fame does to people. We're getting into the GameStop thing. I'm gonna bring Tom on. We're gonna talk about what's happening in the world of finance and some craziness. I got some packages to open, and then we're gonna dig into some kids songs that my kids have sang recently for school, and I'm very excited to show you those. Otherwise, cheers. It's delicious, Tim Hortons. And then today we're gonna throw a basketball for, let's see here. Jamie Gaita, G-A-I-T-A. This one's for you, Patreon. Oh, terrible. Let's go. All right, we got to bring Gus in because Sam is. I got a little story. So come here, Goose Goose. Come here. Come here, Goose. There's a Goose Goose. Say hi, Goose Goose. Who's my Goose Goose? Who's my Goose Goose? Who's a good boy? Gonna get you. So the other day, Sam was in here snuggling, but you guys wanted to meet Gus. Hi, Goose Goose. You want to say hi? Who's a good boy? I'm gonna get you. Who's a good boy? You want to go? Okay. So yesterday I had a scare with Sam. He wasn't coming for breakfast, and Sam eats, like my cats are on a schedule. I wake up, they get fed, Sam gets a shot. They're waiting for me. They're sometimes scratching the door. Like they know their schedule. Cats are living on a schedule. And so Sam doesn't come for breakfast. I'm like, where's Sam? Sometimes he gets locked in the theater room or something in a laundry room by accident, or he's up in Everly's room. Nowhere to be found. Nowhere. All of a sudden he strolls in very slowly, and I'm like, what's going on? I know instantly something's wrong with Sam. I know my cat. Like, that's my cat, okay? Something's wrong. When he first got sick, when we found he had diabetes, he couldn't move his back legs in a weird way, couldn't jump anymore. Broke my heart, took him in. He said, Dad's got diabetes, got him the meds, and it made him perfect. Could jump, play, he was a good boy, he gained his weight back. He was like really, really, really underweight because he was peeing everything out. And so that was really scary at that moment. So he's been taking his meds now for over a year, and he's just fine. He gained all his weight back. He's a good, healthy weight. I know you guys think he's a chunker. He's a bit of a chunker, but the vet prefers him to be a bit of a chunker. And anyway, so he comes down and he doesn't want to eat, which is very weird for Sam. Doesn't even want treats, which is crazy weird. So I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I'm like, Kathy, you got to take him to the vet right away. I had to go to work. I'm like, call me when you get to the vet. Tell me what's going on. Like, I will move hell and high water. I will take mortgages out to save my cats. That's the kind of guy I am, and my dog. Okay, don't get animals unless you can afford to take them to the vet. Let's be real there. But yes, my animals cost me a lot of money, and it's worth it because they're my animals, and they're like my children. They're just like my kids. You don't give up on babies, you don't give up on adopted kids, and you don't give up on animals. That's just how this works. So that'll segue nicely into Cole and Sav being a bunch of complete assholes. But anyway, I come downstairs after that. Just to get ready, and I just start breaking down. I'm like bawling my eyes out because that's my boy. Sam's king. He is my boy, and he's been with me since like before I was married. Okay, he has been my ride or die. When I got Xena, my pit bull, I got Sam a week later, and they were ride or dies. They were best friends. I have pictures of them snuggling. They were amazing. Xena died a couple years ago. Like it's just such a heartbreaking thing when your animal dies. Like especially dogs and cats are innocent. And, Xena had a really good life. And at the end, we hired somebody to come over here, and her last moments were with us, kind of sitting in the living room. And she got to go out with like very peacefully with us next to her, right? Didn't go to a vet because she didn't like going to vets. So we brought someone here and we did it. Heartbreaking, right? So anyway, I come down here after I'm thinking something's wrong with Sam, and I'm bawling my eyes out. My kid's like, where's Dad? I'm like, I'm down here. Leave me alone. Not that I don't think you should cry in front of your kids, but I don't want to worry them, right? I don't want to worry them that something's wrong with the cat. Anyway, I go to work, bad day, just having a bad day because of that. And then she calls me from the vet. Kathy calls me and she's like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with Sam. He's grumpy. His diagnosis, he's grumpy. And I'm like, I've never seen Sam that grumpy. He's just not. Anyway, he's like, his numbers are good. Everything's good. He's healthy, good weight. Everything's great. He's just grumpy. So Sam is still good. but he's grumpy ass old man. That's what's going on. He deserves it. He's an old man and he's grumpy. Gus bugs him a lot, so I'm trying to figure out how to get, him away. Like Gus likes to harass the cats. Like he just likes to chase after them. He doesn't hurt them or anything, but he's just a dick. And the cats love Xena. Xena was always good with the cats. They always snuggled together. They were always best friends. So Xena was like more gentle with the cats, and Gus is a puppy, right? So anyway, that's the update on Sam. I'm making a shirt right now. I'm getting a picture of him drawn, and I'm going to make a shirt with a picture of King Sam, and it's going to say "The snuggle is real." And I'm going to get one for myself. So you guys love Sam. You love Gus. You love the animals. I love that you guys love my animals, and I'm an animal dude. And I think a lot of you are. I think a lot of people who are like who watch this type of show, who are for the protection of kids, generally are for the protection of everybody, and are animal people, right? Got a lot of people who love Gus and cats, and I love you all anyway. So just wanted to give you an update on that. Let's get into. I wanted to talk about real quick. This isn't political, but it can sort of be swayed as I don't know. But I'm sitting here listening to my kid upstairs doing his national anthem on his iPad. Everly's in class on her iPad. Tristan's on school on his Chromebook. Tyson's in college in his room. Everybody's learning from home. Okay, Tyson's a little bit different. He can learn. Teachers give him tutorials. It's different. Tristan doesn't learn shit. Okay, Everly almost nothing. They're a little bit better, but Weston, specifically kindergartner, he's not getting anything out of this. Weston is suffering socially big time because he's a very social kid, and it's hurting my heart that my kids can't go to school. It's hurting my heart, and it needs to be said that get our kids back to school. Look, we talk about climate change as one of the biggest threats to our future generation, okay? And so that's important to figure out how we can fix that for a future generation. But nobody's talking about what's happening to our kids during COVID. Not really. Okay, the obesity level is skyrocketing. My kids, specifically Tristan, does trampoline 3 times a week and was in amazing shape before this all got shut down. Okay, can't do trampoline outside. It's the winter here. Okay, you can't do it. Everly, 2 times a week trampoline. Very active children. Okay. So our diets are the most amazing, but we're not crazy. But our kids eat a lot because they exercise a lot. So we have, when you stop doing sports and then you kind of don't really change anything else, it's partly our fault. It's partly parents' fault. But our kids are getting a little bit beefy. Not to a gross level, but I'm starting to notice it. And I want my kids to be healthy, okay? I grew up fat and in school, and it was one of the worst experiences of my life. And I don't want my kids to be fat. I will love my kids no matter what, and I'll help them get to a healthy level. And we monitor that. We get the doctors. We want them to be healthy. That's it. I don't care if a kid is bigger or smaller as long as they're healthy. But we're not talking about the obesity level skyrocketing in our children. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about the social ramifications in our children that they're really suffering. We're not talking about the mental ramifications in our children, massively suffering. There's a 9-year-old kid who commits suicide and said, I have nothing to live for. There are kids committing suicide that are young. There are kids that are suffering. They're living in homes that are abusive, with parents that aren't there. They're not learning anything because parents aren't teaching them. When you're going to homeschool your kid, you actually have to be on and homeschool. We talk about this a lot with family vloggers, okay? They don't teach their kids anything. They say, read the book. They're not teaching them. When you actually homeschool a kid, those kids that are truly homeschooled are actually smarter than everybody else because those parents give them one-on-one attention. Those kids end up being way smarter because the parent is actually teaching them, not relying on a book to read or a course, right? So we're not talking about any of that stuff. And if we are, we're not talking about it enough because it's one of the most important parts of COVID. Let's put our kids back to school. Okay, can we please do that? And specifically in Chicago, the teachers' unions are telling their teachers, no, you're not going to go teach. Okay, they're saying you're not teaching. And I'm pissed off because specifically teachers where I live, I have a lot of respect for teachers, okay? I really do. I really do have a lot of respect for teachers. I serve on my parent council at my school. I do yearbooks. I serve at DJ. I do graphic design for schools. Whatever they need, I volunteer my time. I think that's important, okay? And I do it partly because I like serving and partly because being a part of your kid's school actually gets your kids a little bit more clout, to be honest with you. Teachers know who you are. If they know who you are, they know your kids, and they treat, your kids get attention. That's why people do it. I'm not saying that's the only reason I do it, but I'm not saying it doesn't help. Knowing the principal, knowing my kids' teachers, understanding and being involved really does help your kids. I'm sorry, it does. Anyway, so teachers specifically here in Ontario, I know make between, I think the average salary is like $80,000, which is a lot of money, right? And they chose that profession because they make money, they get their summers off, they get all the holidays off and all this stuff. And you always hear teachers whenever there's a strike. And again, I know a lot of teachers. Nobody sees that we're marking on the weekends or doing this, and teachers are always like, woe is me. And it gets me a little bit upset. The woe is me. You chose this profession. You get paid quite a bit of money for this profession. I don't want to hear the woe is me. But teachers' unions specifically are a-holes. And I am pro-union, so don't get me wrong. I think that unions are very good for safety, good for getting the benefits that teachers need, and for anybody who's in part of a union, any kind of union, unions are very good. But sometimes unions take it a little bit too far. And the union in Chicago, the teachers union are saying, no, you don't want to teach. And I'm not saying it's the teachers who want to do it, but the union is saying, no, not until this is safe. The unions have used this as a leverage chip to get their teachers paid, and the teachers aren't doing anything. The teachers union's generally's job is to see how little they can do and how much they can get paid. Honestly, truthfully believe that. And I don't think that's teachers, and teachers have no choice but to be part of these unions. So I'm not blaming teachers at all, but I am going to blame teachers for this video about what to watch. And this is, so the Chicago teachers said, we're not going to go back to school and teach, and this is why. They made this important instructional video on why they're not going to go back to school. Okay, so let's hear this and... Make it make sense.
Make sense. Safety is essential. Keep our students and our teachers safe.
I want to point out everybody in these dance routines, everybody in these dance routines, none of them are at risk for dying from COVID. Like basically like less than a 0.001% chance. They're all young, healthy, generally. None of them are at risk. Let's say that right there. I don't want to hear this argument. Well, COVID has long-term, blah, blah, blah. So does getting anything. Respiratory illnesses that have long-term effects. Let's be real. The world is a dangerous place.
It's our
in the middle.
livelihood.
My kid can do that dance. That's what I do on the escalator at the mall.
Our lives. Safe.
What parent is watching this be like, yeah, okay, I get it. Thanks. Now I understand why you're not going to go teach, that you want to just do it from home. I'm on your side now, teachers. Who edited this shit? Asa Moss?
In this moment, be safe.
Putting each other's mask on, which is not the proper way to do that. You just spread COVID to your neighbor.
Safe.
Children.
Deserve to be safe.
Our children deserve to be safe. Thanks, teachers. It's almost like family vlogging logic. Watch your kids. Don't let them get kidnapped. Come on. You gotta be shitting me right now. She's got the pole. She's pole dancing. The teacher is pole dancing on a lake. Oh my God. Safe return or no return. The sequel. Oh my God. Can we just be real for a second? That was a fail. Utter fail. That doesn't do anything. Safe all you could have done is come out, hey, we're not going to come back till it's safe. And they're talking about like, they asked Joe Biden, what do you think about the teachers not teaching? And he said, well, we got to put all new HVAC in all the schools. That was his answer. He's not for putting your kids back to school. Let's be real, everybody. The kids are the safest. The kids are the ones least at risk during this. If a teacher is at risk of getting COVID and dying, that teacher can stay home. How about those teachers who are at risk, who have underlying conditions and things like that? Like I've been saying this whole time, they can stay home, still pay them, for sure. Let them stay at home and get paid, sure. But every teacher, these teachers are all relatively young and healthy. We got to get back to it, everybody. Our kids are suffering. We're not looking at the ramifications. They're talking about, and this school, I think specific school board is saying they're not going to go back to school even in 2022. They're going to stay out until then. Teachers' unions need to be sometimes held to be accountable and checked. I don't know how a government can do that. I guess they have to fire all the teachers and then start from fresh. I don't know. The government is useless. The fact that people want to give government more power and more control of your lives, this is proof that the government is shit at what it does. Every government. That's political, that's conservative, liberal, Democratic, Republican. Every government is wasteful and useless. They're not good at anything. The government only serves to divide. The government is good at spending a ton of money and taxpayers' money. That's what they're good at. That's all they're good at. And making decisions that affect half its population without considering the other half of the population. Always. No matter what side of the aisle you land on. It's always divisive. So that's my political rant today. I'm sorry that was dumb. But that was because it was dumb. Because that was absolutely ridiculous. Now we're going to get into douche parents of the day. Cole and Sav Labrants. You know how they're some of my most ardent supporters, but I do have to do this video on them even though we're best friends. I can't help it. We have to do it. I want to point out this video. I couldn't find the original source video, so I had to pull it from another YouTuber. But basically, these people are douchebags because they prank their kid, and they do it for real, for realsies. And then they film it, and then they're forced to apologize. This video doesn't exist on the internet anymore, nor does their apology video, which says a lot. They're so real and raw that when they get rid of the stuff that's problematic and then they do the apology video, they delete both. To me, you're a douchebag. So that's why they get this today. So let's walk this video together, shall we?
We haven't even told the vlog yet. You want to tell the vlog?
Cole sounds like a 16-year-old teenager. He hasn't even, his balls haven't dropped yet. Like, he's terrible.
No? Your mama too?
Well,
Haven't even told the vlog yet. We gotta tell the vlog. She's crying on camera, everybody. And the reason I'm not blanking her face is because I think you guys need to see the emotions.
Baby's sad too.
Carl, come here. Carl, come here.
So, we have kind of been discussing Carl lately. There's a few reasons for why we are doing what we're doing. And basically, we're giving Carl away to somebody else.
On camera, they're saying this. And again, let me be real. She knows this is happening, so they're forcing her to come on camera after they tricked her already saying, we gotta get rid of the dog, let's talk to the world about it. And now that she has to go on camera and say, they asked her to tell the world. And she said, I don't want to, she's crying.
Because we feel like we can't take good enough care of him at our house.
Mm-hmm.
We feel like we're always gone, we're always filming, or we're
Listen to the music. I can't believe these people. I can't believe them.
out and about, or at games competitions all day, or, you know, we're always just busy doing stuff, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Second, he poops and pees all over our house all the time. And
Train your dog. Again, what she's saying here is true because they had to convince her that the reason they're getting rid of the dog is because of the poops and pees. So it probably does. So train your dog. Look, if your vlog is a priority over being parents and a trainer of a pet, you shouldn't have either. Please. This is the problem here. They're a bunch of a-holes who value their fame over their kids and their dog and everything else.
we leave for we'll have to leave for 8 hours at a time once, and he'll just poo and pee all over the place. He's really sad. And
We're gonna let her give him away to whoever she wants.
Assholes.
Who would you want to give Carl away to, Ev?
Don't do this to your kids, everybody. Do you know how traumatic this is? I had a bird that died when I was young. I've never forgotten it. Do you know do you know how traumatic what they're doing is to her mentally? What they're doing to her right now, she should be taken away from them. Tommy, step it up, buddy.
You gonna miss him?
She's just laughing. She's just laughing. This is the thing. Look at the joy that she has on her face. Her kid is literally crying, experiencing real traumatic emotional moments, and they're just laughing because they're about to tell her it's just a prank, bruh. That is this. Look at this. Look at this image right now. This is the sickest thing you've ever seen.
So, also, the
She's
last
got
thing that we wanted
tears.
to tell you.
Oh my God. This family needs to be canceled. We need to come after their sponsors, and they just got a new one. We're coming after the sponsors.
Is that tomorrow's April?
She's literally crying real tears, and they zoomed in on her face with real tears. This isn't her acting, okay, everybody? This is real. And she's like, oh, just April Foolsing.
Fools.
And this is our April Fool's video.
We're
We need to keep Carl.
We're keeping Carl.
You assholes.
It's very
They're children. They are children. They're children. These people should not be parenting people. These are terrible people. That is what terrible people do. Not funny. And does it look like she's laughing right there? You keep filming. Does she look like she's having a good time? So after that shit show, they had to come on, and I guess Cole's laughing about it. And then they have to come out with a, did we go too far?
Too far?
He knows it went too far too. He knows because he had to say that. Okay? And what's happening here is they still put the video together. They still put it out. You could tell he's like, that's too far. And he knows it's gonna get him clicks. This is utter gross bullshit.
Far? Have you literally poured water on my shirt 2 seconds ago?
Yeah, we were always moving each other.
So he's literally saying, we did that because you poured water on my shirt to you. Are you kidding me right now? This is a dad. This is a dad who takes care of children. This is a person who's responsible for kids. Hear me out, everybody. Nope. No, he's still a teenager. So then they had to come on and apologize. I wish I had the whole video. If I can find this whole video, I will dismantle both videos. But for the sake of time, we don't have that.
Obviously, we know that it can look bad and come across as
And
bad.
obviously, we know it's something that we could have not put out on YouTube.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and you shouldn't have. But
I think that we film our whole lives. That's just like what we signed up for, and so
you signed up for it, not her. That's utter. You can't say that. We signed up for this. You signed your kids up for this, and you put it on the internet. You don't have to do that. That's a stupid, lame excuse.
we always are putting out little perfect videos of our perfect family and so happy, and we felt like this was one where it's like, this is really what happened.
It was a prank. There's nothing real about that. You forced her to believe you were giving away her dog. She's crying on camera. Are you kidding me right now? What kind of reasoning is this?
Like, here you guys go. It's not perfect, but this is what happened.
No, maybe if something real happened and she was having emotion, okay, I could maybe even understand that, even though it's stupid and shitty. But this is what happened because you tricked her. Oh my God.
We thought about not putting it up there, and we thought about telling Everly just to act and just do it with us instead of getting the reaction that we actually.
So they coerced their daughter to act, but they're telling you that this is a real emotion.
thought.
This was just real.
But this was just real.
Oh my God. Ugh. Hate these people. Hate them.
And we honestly thought it was a little funny.
Yeah, I'm sure you did think it was funny, a-hole. You clearly did, because you made money on it.
We were going to April Fool's you guys. That was the whole plan. Was Savannah and I had talked. We wanted to April Fool's you guys with something, so we thought we're going to tell them that we're giving Carl away because we know how much you guys love Carl. We love Carl. We all love Carl. So we're going to say that we're giving him away. April Fool's, you know, we're not giving him away.
Why even say the thing after the fact? Well, we were gonna do this thing, but we didn't. That makes it worse, idiot.
And that's why, like, in the video, we, like, say we don't know if she's, like, serious or if she believes us or if she knows because we...
She was crying, asshole. So again, just more recognition of how terrible parents you are. You don't even understand when your kids experience a real emotion. You can't decipher it. You shouldn't be parents. Why is CPS not being called on these people yet? What's going on?
April Fool's each other all day. She knows that we're going to prank you guys with something. But I think this...
She's like 6. They're blaming her right here, everybody. They're blaming her.
Hearing that maybe took her by surprise, so I pulled the camera out and started filming because I don't know if she's like trying to trick us by fake crying or something.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I'm kind of like asking her what's wrong.
Cool. Straight up, bro. Boxing match. You and me, buddy. I think I can come to your weight, about 180. I can get down there. I would love to get in the ring with you. Absolutely. I know I'm a nobody, whatever. Man, you really need to get into a boxing match, like a real refed match with somebody and get your ass kicked. I would support Jake Paul if you challenged Cole Labrants to a fight. I would actually be on Jake Paul's side. That's how much I think Cole Labrants is a douchebag. Can you imagine? That's what I'm saying.
She's really crying, and so this is why I think that we were in the wrong. We just kind of rolled with it.
They're in the wrong, they roll with it. But they deleted this apology video.
And even in the video, you can see I'm like, too far, because I think we knew that maybe she was seriously.
She actually thought we were serious.
Yeah, she was.
Because you were lying to her.
Real.
They're blaming her. So, Colin, Sav, Labrant, for being utter trash bag, human garbage piles of parents, you get douche parents of the day. Congratulations. Next part, we're gonna get into this. I said I was gonna talk about the Adopt a Mom Kills Kid, but we're gonna have to do it later. We're gonna talk about this GameStop thing. So I'm gonna bring Tom on. What's up, dude?
Yeah, what's up?
All right. So I'm at the segment now. I'm gonna talk about GameStop. So I messaged Tom. Tom does investment, right? You do. So talk to me about GameStop. So what I understand it is that GameStop was this big thing that there's a Reddit forum where these guys do investments, right? And they found a loophole in order to screw over hedge funds.
Right.
Right. And so the loophole was, if you don't know so it's called a squeeze, right?
Yeah, short squeeze. Yeah.
Short squeeze. So I'm going to explain to you what happens in the simplest terms I can think, and tell me if I'm wrong, Tom. Okay.
Yep.
So your friend has apples. Okay. You ask your friend for an apple. They loan you the apple. You say, I'm going to give you this apple back in 50 cents when I bring it back to you. And the friend says, sounds good to me. You go and sell that apple, okay, for $1. Okay? Because that's what it's worth. But you're hoping that tomorrow that same apple is going to be worth 25 cents because you think that it's there's so many apples in the market, and you're so confident because maybe you know that a farm is going to drop off 1 million apples and then they're going to go on sale. Okay? And so you're confident that's going to happen, and so you take that $1 you made and you invest it elsewhere or whatever. You just take it and then maybe invest in other stocks, and then you come back the next day, you buy that apple for 25 cents and you bring it to your friend with the 25 cents you owe him, and you've made 50 cents. Okay? Sort of?
Sort of.
Like on the lowest level possible, right? That's basically what happens.
Sort of. So they're actually selling stocks that they don't have.
Right.
Right? So they don't physically have it, but they're selling it.
And how is that legal?
You can do it in the stock market.
Okay, so now you confuse me more. But anyway, basically,
so
now
they're selling something they don't have.
Okay.
To try and buy it back at a lower and make the difference.
Okay, and that's legal. It's a loophole. It's called shorting. But then
shorting.
But then what Reddit did was called a short squeeze. Now what happens is, and this often happens in the world of finance. So Reddit says, screw that. We're going to drive up the price of apples. So they all go to that same Apple store before that guy can buy that apple on sale. And all of a sudden, the grocery store says, oh my gosh, we're selling apples, bring them up in price. And they go up by $3. So now the apple's worth $3. And when that guy comes back to buy apples, he now has to spend $3 to get that same share back to give to his friend. And now he's out $2.
Right.
That's called a short squeeze. And so Reddit did that as a joke.
So they also have to pay interest on what they sold, right?
Exactly.
So that's the other issue.
So it's a double loss.
Every day it's going up, they're losing even more. Plus they're paying interest on the difference. So it's
Holy
hurting
shit.
them big time.
So how much money have they lost, or could they potentially lose?
Oh, it's crazy, hundreds of millions.
I heard it was 13 billion.
Oh, for sure.
Just in GameStop alone. So I called Tom yesterday. I'm like, do you know what's going on? He starts following the Reddit forum. Tom invests yesterday. I know you don't want to tell me how much you did, but it was probably a lot.
This in no way is telling people to do what I did.
Yeah, don't, because I'm pretty sure Tom didn't get any sleep last night.
Yeah, and if you ever did something like this, only invest what you're comfortable losing.
Yeah. So that's a good point from Tom. Don't invest in a market where you can lose anything. Only invest what you're like, okay, I'm going to lose it, but it won't damage me. That's safe, right? It is gambling. Yeah. So Tom goes and buys stock at, what, 313?
I bought it at 313.
And then he's like, already in a minute or two it went up, and you already made like a few $1,000, right? Yeah. So you're excited. Then what happens?
Then it dropped to, it closed at 190 yesterday.
Oh, so you lost a lot of
my money.
Half your money. And Tom shit in his pants. Did you tell your wife, Tom?
She knew I bought it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you tell her at the end of the day what it went down to?
No, I didn't. No. Anyways,
so give me your honest feeling when it closed. What were you feeling?
Honestly, I was upset, but I I invested an amount that I knew if it went to zero, it's not going to hurt me.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So you're smart. Okay. So you.
I was okay with it going to zero.
Did you get sleep? Did you get sleep?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So you wake up this morning. What happens? What happens?
I
What
wake
happens?
up this morning. Today is the day. So there's another thing in play with options, and it's super complicated. But today's a big day for it.
Okay.
So I looked at the pre-market this morning. The pricing, it was up. I was happy about that. And then as soon as the market opened, I was waiting to see where it went.
Yep.
And it jumped to 400.
Yep.
So right away, I jumped on it and sold.
Yeah. Which is what this is what the thing is, though, is the people in the Reddit forum are saying hold the line. They're saying hold the line because the market, what they did to that stock yesterday, they did on purpose. The hedge funds and all these people got together, and this is where it gets crazy. Okay, Robinhood was the app that a lot of people used to do this. Robinhood stopped the ability to buy stocks in GME, and they only
to retail investors.
So the big hedge funds, the big guys of they could buy, but only people could sell, which is illegal, which is crazy illegal.
Yeah.
But I was obviously enthralled in this, and so what Robinhood's going to do is they're obviously going to get sued for probably a few $100 million, but in the end, it doesn't matter. They'd save these hedge funds billions. So they're willing to take the risk to do this, but they've lost all credibility. Everybody's deleting the app. And a bunch of other places said you couldn't buy GME. They literally stepped in. Here's the scariest part about those people is that regular people found the loophole, okay? And the government and big business stepped in and stopped it.
Yeah.
If you guys don't see the enormity of this, it's the scariest thing in the world because now the big players are saying the rules don't apply to us.
They just changed the rules when it benefits to them.
Oh my God, I cannot believe, I hope another Occupy Wall Street happens after this because that is the scariest thing in the world. Now it just means that it's not a free market. It's not a free market. We are not living in a free market. We're only living in a market where the top echelon of people make the rules and change the rules to benefit themselves.
Now, like both sides of the table are looking into this in the U.S., right? Mm-hmm. The left and the right.
It's brought AOC. No joke. It brought AOC and Ted Cruz together. Could you and the apocalypse and everybody's together? The apocalypse happens tomorrow now. This has never happened in 4 years ever. And now all these people. But the thing is that it's when it comes to billions and billions and billions, they'll do whatever it takes, even if they lose half of that billions and billions. At least they won't be bankrupt. So this is going to get crazy. So you sold, you feel better, you made some money.
Yeah, I made some money, so I'm happy.
Okay, thank God.
If it goes to 1,000, am I going to be mad? Yeah, probably. But I made money on it. So
some people apparently who did this early, who started early in this little buy option thing, they made millions. Some guys that are saying they're comfortable for the rest of their life. Now they're going to change. You know that Wall Street's going to change the rules now because they basically are using this. It sounds like it should be illegal. Shorting should be illegal, but they're betting against it and it's legal, right? And then all of a sudden the rules change because people found out a way to bet against the hedge funds who have been destroying businesses their whole time to make money, and all of a sudden now they're crying foul on their yachts
to bring their stock price down to zero, and it's fine for them to do it.
Yep.
But when a retail investor wants to make some money,
nope, no thanks.
It's like no. So
anyway, jeez, Tom, I still have your gifts here. I still have your gifts here that from people, so I have to give them to the XW Go Tobogganing.
Sweet.
Anyway, I don't have a ton of time. I got to get to work. But Tom, I appreciate your input and DCP Tom.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't know who DCP Tom was, this is DCP Tom. Look how hot he is. Anyway, man, I'll talk to you later.
All right, later.
Peace. All right, next topic. Tom, I just got I had to go to the bathroom, but Tom's like, I might invest again if it goes lower. Tom is a sucker for a glutton for punishment. Anyway, next story we're going to talk about today. I heard on a vlog I was listening to yesterday about this Food Network removes season of cooking show after winner arrested in child's death. Okay, so I guess there's this cooking show is like the worst cook in the world. I haven't seen it. I don't watch that shit. But basically, this woman, Ariel Robinson, and her husband are being charged with, I guess, is it murder? What are they being charged with? The Food Network has pulled the 20th season of the competition show Worst Cooks in America after its winner was arrested in the death of a child. South Carolina authorities have charged Ariel Robinson, 29, and Jerry Robinson, 34, last week with homicide by child abuse in the death of their 3-year-old adopted daughter, Victoria Smith. per a press release South Carolina's Simpsonville Police Department provided to the Times on Monday, a young victim was admitted to Prisma Health Center Richland Hospital and pronounced dead earlier this month after authorities found the child unresponsive. Investigators later concluded the victim's death was the direct result of physical abuse. Both Ariel Robinson and Jerry Robinson are being held without bond at Greensville County, blah, blah, blah. Rep for the Food Network did not respond. So basically, I think in the end, these people adopted a child and killed her. And this whole thing got started because of Micah and James and what they did to H. And the adoption idea is that some people adopt for wrong reasons. And it absolutely happens. Some people are sick in the head. I can't, like, it just mind-blowing to me that I think that maybe a conversation needs to be had here is how, like, I've known people who want to adopt for years, and it takes them years and years and years to get it. And they're like the nicest people, they're wealthy, whatever it is. And then some people just get it without any background checks or whatever the case may be, or the background checks are garbage. That really pisses me off. There's going to be more to this story. We're going to kind of dive into it a little bit, but that's really scary. I think what I want to do coming forward is going to be doing a lot on those vlogs that adopt kids and tell their stories. And I'm going to attack it kind of the same way I attacked the Asa Moss and Fathering Autism story, is that I'm not going to come at it with snark or anything like that, but a true dive into the problematic idea that when you adopt kids and use them for clout and money and all that stuff, it's wrong. I don't care, even if you're giving those kids a better life, that's not how you should be doing it. Like, so we're going to dive into I think it's Crazy Eights and Middles or something. I don't know. Haven't even seen any of them yet, but a lot of people have been asking, so I'm going to dive in as an adoptive dad myself, diving into these stories. Because again, and I've said this a million times, why don't these people with such big hearts for children foster? You just talk to Tom. Tom has fostered for the last 10 years. Mark on You Build Creative, one of the Dad Challenge guys, he fosters. They have kids all the time, fostering. Can't put them on the internet. If you have such a big heart for helping people, then why don't you foster? The issue is that you can't put them on video. And so when you see all these kids being adopted, it's nothing wrong with adopting kids. I think it's amazing what some people are doing. But I have a problem, and I guess I'm going to dive in and find out through first impressions what I feel about these families that are adopting and putting on YouTube, because I still feel like it's got to be that kid's responsibility or that kid's choice to tell the world if they want to tell the world that they're adopted. Also, guys, as we're going forward, I know that everybody says, hey, checked out this family, checked out this family, checked out this family. No, I have not checked out those families. I'm so busy, and the little that I get to do on the YouTube here takes me about 3 or 4 hours a day to do a video, and I just don't have time to go down the path of finding out every vlogger. And so when a bunch get brought to me, I eventually start looking into them, like Aaron Williams, Tara Henderson, and bits of Tiff or Tiffany Beeston. I'm going to be looking into them. I promise I will. I just got to find the time. So I am paying attention. I don't have time to watch family vloggers like a lot of people do, and some people are immersed. But there are more problematic ones that I really need to dive into, continue to look into. Ingham's, Weiss Life, Family Fizz. Weiss Life, something's coming up. You're going to see that. I think Labrants, something big's going to come up, and I think Fizz Family, also something big's going to start coming up. There's a lot going on these families that we don't see, and family vlogging in general has just it's just being targeted. Like this Spill just released another video on Labrants, which is where I got that. I didn't know that they tricked their daughter into thinking their dog was getting given away. And Spill's got 2 parts coming out of the Labrants, and the Labrants, if you think about my platform here, what really skyrocketed this platform in this conversation was the expose on Everly Labrant's Instagram, and the fact that she had 5 million subscribers, and over 70% of the analytics of the engagement audience was men, adult males over the age of 24. And they know that, and that skyrocketed this conversation. That's what took this to the next level. Then she got booted off TikTok, whole bunch going on, ton. So I want to keep the conversation going and keep it rocking. Okay, so I'm gonna brag on my kids. You guys know I brag on my kids because that's what I do. I'm bragging on my kids. My kid's school is having a talent show, an online talent show. And you guys know how I feel about school online. I think it's stupid and kids are suffering. But Everly decided she wants to sing a song. And my daughter isn't one of those kids that's like, please put me on camera. She doesn't, I mean, she sort of does now that she's getting a little older. As kids get older, they see it, they want it. But she doesn't really she's kind of shy like her mom. She doesn't like to show off at all. And that's her mom. Kathy can sing. And you guys know, if you've never heard my wife sing, go listen to my wife sing, okay? She's probably my favorite singer. And I'm not being biased. Literally is my favorite singer, my wife. Incredibly talented and gifted singer. Does it for fun. Doesn't want to pursue a career in it. Very good. Very, very good. But my daughter's coming up in the ranks. And I'm not going to show your face on this video, but I might blur it out. But I wanted to just brag on my kids because Weston has never done this either, but Everly did. So I wanted to show you her song and brag on my kids a little bit. Hope that's okay with you.
1, 2, 3, 4. Blackbirds in the dead of night, take these broken wings and learn to fly all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to rise. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly. Blackbirds in the dead of night, take these sunken eyes and learn to see all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbirds fly, blackbirds fly, blackbirds fly.
Man. And, Everly's, as she's 8 and she's got some skills, and Kathy, my wife almost threw hands. We almost got in a big fight the other day. She's like, did you auto-tune that? Because she knows I'm a producer. I produce music. I used to do it for 15 years. I was in a band. I produce music. I know how to produce music. She asked me if I auto-tuned, and I was like, no. That's how good. Everly's pitch is really good. So I love that she's pursuing it. Music is our big one. And so Westy comes in, and he wants to do his song. He's allowed to do it too. We didn't think that he wanted to. Westy doesn't like doing things that Westy is a free spirit, and he does what he wants when he wants. And he's a really, really, really good kid. he's very loving to his sister. He loves everybody. He says sorry. He's very Canadian. He's not a brat. Some kids are just brats. Weston is like Westy. He's Westy. And so he came down and he wanted to do a song. And I didn't even know he knew this song. Right from his memory. I have a terrible memory. So when other people, what impresses me a lot about people is people have really good memories. I suck at memory. So when my kid came down, he's like, he wants to do a song from VeggieTales. And this is what he did. Gird your ovaries, ladies. Just saying, gird your ovaries.
Hello, my name is Westy, and this is enough to share. Now I'm the kind of guy who still don't like to ask for much. Never know there'll be folks like you who come through in the clutch. Our son was going over and we thought nobody cared, until you, my friend, with extra blessings opened up and shared. Oh, I never like to share my point or my errand. Sharing's a way to turn your bows into your friends. So as we go to Galaxy, we'll have to be declare that when we see a need, we'll try our very best to share. Sharing is the way to say that sharing is the key. It only takes a moment, it's simple as can be. As if for you, as if for me, that's how God says it's supposed to be. And if we have enough to spare, we also have enough to share. Okay, Daddy, that's enough singing.
Thanks, man. Good job, buddy. Sorry. My kids are the cutest kids on earth. Just saying. What came out of these loins, I'm very proud. So I just wanted to share that with you. Obviously, I blanked out their faces and stuff like that. But very proud dad. Their pitch, of all the things that I love about my kids, their pitch. Shit. That I think it's really important as a parent. If you really want your kid to be able to sing or to understand music, sing to them when they're really, really young all the time. Or put on really good music and let them be immersed in good music. I was immersed in good music when I was growing up. A lot of hip-hop, Tupac. But I really loved R&B. Like Keith Sweat, Boyz II Men, Jodeci. I loved all that stuff. I loved R&B. And I'm not saying that I'm an R&B singer. I'm not a very good singer. But it really sparked a love for music. No one ever taught me how to sing. I didn't start singing until I was 20. But all that stuff kind of shaped who I was. If you want to teach your kids something, teach them young. Whatever it is. Drawing, art, singing, some kind of, sports. Sports is really good if you get them in young. I just wanted to brag on the kids and just give you a little advice as a parent. Be proud of your kid no matter what, but help them pursue their goals. Something that you love, your kids likely will like it too. So get them involved and get them doing it. Obviously, I have a studio here and I can produce music for them. So where's my kniff? There it is. Got some packages to open. I have more at the post office. It's just really hard to get there. I'm so busy these days. I likely will have to do less videos as spring hits. Spring market's crazy for real estate. So I got a package here from, I don't know, but they put this DCP sticker on it, so that's cool. Doesn't say who it's from. I imagine it's on the inside. What is this? Don't be, oh, so many sparkles. Ooh, it's Christmas ornaments. Dad Challenge Podcast 2020. Yes, that's pretty cool. That's going in the old Christmas ornament box. Our tree's still up, by the way, so don't judge me. A red one, I think. I have sparkles all over me. I look like a stripper right now. My wife's gonna be like, "Where'd you go for lunch?" I must say I didn't. Ooh, that's a nice one. Sparkles are going in my coffee. Incredible. Is there a note? There is a note that's full of sparkles. I'm gonna spray myself with coconut, and then we can see what my wife says. I hope you and your family have a great 2021. Josh, this was for Christmas, but that ship has sailed. Thank you for your continued fight against child exploitation. I will always be behind this message. Keep up the awesome videos. Christine Roadhouse. Thank you, Christine. Those are I love homemade gifts. Like, those are really nice, and they're gonna be on our tree every year now. Love it. Sparkles are everywhere. If you ever wonder how COVID spreads, just take some sparkles out with you, walk around, see where that shit gets. All right, here's another box. This one's from Keela Fox from Illinois. Don't cut like I'm doing, okay? Kids watching, don't do this. Oh, fell at the bottom. It was already open. Merry Christmas, Josh. If anyone comes after you, please cast the devil out of them with this, or do whatever you want to do with it. It's just had your name written all over it. I can hear the Bill and Ted's excellent air guitar coming off it already as I write this. Keela Fox. Oh, snap. No way. Look at this. It's a haunted wooden spoon guitar. I have never seen anything like this. This is incredible. Oh, man. That's incredible. That goes, where's my other wooden spoon? Man, the things I can cast out with these wooden spoons. This is amazing. Incredible. I love it. Keela, that's a really, really thoughtful gift. Love that. Thank you so much. I'm going to bring that in for some segments, I think. The air guitar segment. This one's from Christina Aguilera. Just kidding. Christine Aguilar from Texas. I love Texas. Smell like Texas? Yeah, it smells like hamburgers. Okay. We got ooh, Texas AF, which probably means artificial fudge. Artificial fruit. Oh, dude. You need a toque for a Canadian winter, eh? You need the toque. This is nice. I like it. I think you're supposed to wear it, though, like this, though. I'm pretty sure it's like, you gotta do this in Canada. It's a beanie. So, hey, what's up? I drink craft beer at the library and stuff. It's beyond you. I listen to bands that you've never heard of before, and I'm better than you. So, yeah, I drink $16 coffee that you can get at Walmart, but it's $16, so it's better than you. Love it. This hat is dope. I'm going tobogganing later. Guess who's wearing a hat? This hat tobogganing. Texas AF. Boom. Love it. Ooh, I like that one. From Mel B, Scary Spice. Mel B, always send me stuff. Stop sending me stuff. Stone Donut Shop sticker. Whatever that means. I like donuts. Everybody likes donuts. Oh, yeah. Look at that. A card that she got. You've been honest with your story. You've challenged others to think about safeguarding children. Thanks for all the hours you spend challenging others to do what's right. You rock, literally. Thanks, Mel B, Scary Spice. Stone Donut Shop. This card features artwork by animator Hanji Chang. Yes, it is. Hanji, amazing. We got a new song coming out too with Hanji, or two. I'm doing more. They're so good. So thank you. That's a really, really nice card. That's really nice. Thanks, Mel B, for this donut shop. I think that, Mel B, is this your business or something? If it is, let me know. And send me donuts if that's the case, or if you do printing. You do printing cards. Hey, Tom and I are about to launch Bromark. It's getting close. Head over to Bromark Cards on Instagram and like it there, guys. Tom and I, I'm just getting them printed soon, so we're getting ready to ship them out and doing an influencer campaign. We're going to send them to people. If you know of people who would love to see cards from dudes to dudes, let me know. We're going to do a video on it. I don't want to give too much away until we have product to put in your hands. So, but I'm really excited about it. Man, it's been a day. Lots to do. I'm going to do a Micah video maybe this afternoon if I got some time. But otherwise, thanks for joining me on Folded Friday. Lots going on. Take care of your kids. make sure that their mental health of your kids is really, really taken care of. Whatever you need to do, take them out for a walk every single day. Go tobogganing every single day. Go do some exercise every day with your kids. Get them involved in something. Let's take care of our kids. Let's focus on our kids now and their futures, because we're not. We're not. It's really crazy how we got here. Now they're telling you wear 3 or 4 masks. Let's protect our kids. And in this case, it means letting them get back to life. I might get ratioed for that a little bit. I'm willing to get ratioed to stand up for our kids, because I think it's a really important topic. Tomorrow night, don't forget, bringing a fireside back tomorrow night. It's been a long time. I feel like I need to get some guitaring out. We need to chat, have some fun, laugh a little. Maybe Tom will come over and sing. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm definitely doing a fireside tomorrow night, and I will see you there. You're amazing and beautiful and gorgeous and everything. Your value is inherently what you make it. So what you do with your life matters, and the ramifications and the ripple effect that you have and the goodness of the things you do in people's lives really, really makes a difference. And being here, watching this, standing up for kids, makes you super valuable. Like me on Instagram, and I will see you tomorrow.